became Jim Brothers, and I basically looked at him as an older brother, as he was essentially my older brother, Henry's age. By the end of 2018, I had a good amount of control back in my life. The consulting firm took off and the money rolled in. I rented out a nice apartment in a decent neighborhood. The Band-Aid also came off to an extent, and I realized I needed to do some necessary steps to move on. I went to a courthouse and changed my last name officially on record. I adopted the last name of Derek after his parents. They saw me as a nice guy and involved me in a lot of their family functions, including me being the best man for Derek's wedding. So this was a way of thanking them as well. I tried dating a bit, but it never worked out for me due to my emotional issues till I started dating Kim. In 2019, she was half Korean and half Italian. I met her at a coffee place where I picked up my coffee and on occasion sat there. She used to work behind the counter. We saw each other only for the order. But once when Derek and I were there and he noticed that she was constantly looking at me, he told me that I should ask her out. I approached a bit hesitant and asked her out for drinks. Later that day, we had a nice date and she said that she hoped we could see each other again. On my second date with her, I told her my background, and to my surprise, she understood and wanted to keep seeing me at this point. I was skeptical and even cried a bit because I couldn't believe that I could even find a bit of normalcy restored in my life. We went out for a few dates and really enjoyed each other's company, and it felt that I was finally able to start healing. I went on my first vacation after years with her to Europe and had a great time overall. When 2020 came around, we remained in contact throughout over the phone and FaceTime when things regained some level of normalcy. In the latter half, she asked if she could move in with me and I agreed. She was let go from her coffee shop and was trying her luck with job hunting. She was an amazing cook, and that's when I suggested that maybe she can try and set up a place and get into the food business by mid-2021. And with the financial backing of her parents, she had a cloud kitchen set up which basically delivered food to the nearby areas. Both our lives were doing great. I still had a lot of emotional issues, though I no longer had thoughts of offering myself, but the nightmare still continued. Occasionally, Kim announced in February 2023 that she was pregnant, and a range of mixed emotions came over me, from being overjoyed to starting all over again to crying out for the loss of what I once had. I was all over the place. Kim comforted me and we fell asleep in each other's arms. A couple of days later, I proposed to her and she was overjoyed. It felt like everything was finally moving to a point where I can have some semblance of peace with my life. We were set to be married and all the preparations were in full swing for my wedding in mid-June this year.